And hey, what's up, everybody? This is Andre and Artisha with Young Black Wealth Builders, and we are here tonight to do a quick show. And we haven't given it a name yet, but we're very, very excited about talking to everybody and letting everybody know what we're all about, what's on our heart, what our plans are, where we're going, and just want to share what we've been learning and what we know, and just share with y'all from the heart about what we're all about and what we're trying to accomplish and what we can help you accomplish, what we can accomplish together as a people. And man, we just so excited about our future of our communities and just the vision that's been placed on our heart. And just we love each and every one of y'all. And I'm just rambling on and on. What's up, Ed?
Nothing.
What's going on?
Nothing. Just ready to get started. I mean, we have a great topic today, and we just want to kind of, like my husband was saying, just talk to you guys because we don't get a chance to sometimes on our Facebook page. I mean, some of our other pages, some of the topics are just so explosive that we post, and we just kind of want this to be an extension of our different social media pages,
Right.
and just a place where we can come together and
We just want to be able to share, share on our heart.
To submit issues or comments, etc.
Yeah, so we want to talk tonight about, and we just want to talk tonight about Black consciousness. We put a lot of posts out. Why you looking like that?
Because we have an audience.
What?
A little frog. We have a little frog here. Our first audience member.
All right. So we want to talk about Black consciousness tonight, and we just want to share just a little bit about what's on our heart and what we're thinking, and hopefully we say something that can help somebody else and help our people to understand that the more that we work together and why we should work together. We post stuff and people say this, well, they say certain things that we'll cover in a few minutes, and we won't be before you long, like they say at church. But just want to share with you some insight on how we feel about when people say these things, and how and like she said, comment on how you feel, and she'll share how she feels. And but it's just important that we discuss these things and get them on the table
for real,
so we can get an understanding. Yeah,
for real,
say what's real, because a lot of people, and that's the first thing that I want to talk about, is that people are scared to talk about Black issues. Do you find that?
I do. I find that we're always the one that I would say is we're always blended in with everybody else. If there was, like, for instance, I know the NAACP. I mean, I always thought the NAACP was for Black people, but just in maybe the last couple of decades, it's been, I guess, for colored people. So that's for Black, brown, probably everybody who is considered a minority. I don't like using that word, but everybody
people
who's not
color.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean,
people of color. Go ahead.
No, and some of these places that you may have seen this on one of our videos, but like the National Urban League and just everything. And guys, again, we don't have a problem with being with other groups, but what happens is when those groups, I think I was reading an article today that was just talking about how Blacks are so far, I guess, behind everybody else economically. And so when we are joined with other groups and merged with other groups, the individual or our communal issues aren't dealt with. We're blended in with everybody else, and
right.
That's a problem. And that's why we're in need of assistance right now as a whole, because we don't have any organization that's focused on us. Like the organizations that we do have that are common in our communities are more, I would say, social organizations like your sororities and your fraternities, and they have their own agendas. But what we really need is like Black folk agenda, Black folk group. We're talking about Black stuff.
Right.
African Americans, as Medea would say.
People are scared to deal with those issues and talk about those things, and because they're afraid that somebody's going to say something, or somebody's going to be offended, and we have to stop apologizing, you know, because we're black, and you know, there's nothing to be apologetic about. There's nothing to apologize about, you know. So don't be afraid to talk about those issues, talk about those things.
So why do we feel that way? Why are we scared to be black? What I mean, why do you think
because because it's just not what I mean. People are so used to keeping it on the hush hush and not talking about it. So you know, they just really just repeating the cycle. Now, why did I start talking about it and stepping up about it? Is because just listening to my mentor, Dr. Anderson, Claude Anderson, and how he talks about nobody wants to address black issues when there is evidently a problem there that we have in this country. I mean, you know, there's a lot of things that's going on, but our main thing is the empowerment of our communities. And, you know, just so that you can understand our hearts is that, you know, me growing up in the inner city, and it's like, you know, I have 8 brothers and sisters, 8 of us together, and my parents, and we just struggle. We struggle financially growing up. And growing up in the inner city, growing up in the hood, you know, we used to go down to the little corner store and you know, take the food stamps, and we ain't had no car, and lights getting turned off. I mean, it was a struggle. It was hard, you know. And it was like, you know, why is it like this? Why is it our community like this? Then you go on the other side of town, everybody living posh, everybody living nice, things looking good, you know, they going out to eat. We weren't going out to eat, you know, we was having pizza on Friday, but you know, so my thing is, why is, you know, it wasn't just our household living like that. The family next door, and the family next door, and the family, all, you know, all of us black, everybody's struggling. I'm like, what the heck is the problem? So I want to know, why is it that we, as a people, struggle, nobody wants to talk about it? I couldn't find answers nowhere, even as an adult. I'm looking for answers. Nobody talks about this. Nobody's addressing these issues, you know? So luckily, after years and years of looking for something, I ran into Dr. Anderson, then I ran into a couple other people, but it's very few people who are willing to address the subject. It's all, you know, multicultural, is diversifying, diversity, and there's nothing wrong with that. But somebody needs to address the problems in our community and what the heck is going on, and that's why I love Dr. Anderson. So we can't be scared to talk about these things. We have to, you know, I talk to, you know, people at work, and they say, you know, they see me on Facebook, or they see me and they say, you know, they see my page, Young Black Wealth Builders. I'm not afraid, you know, well, I'm supposed to, I don't care what you think. you know the problem that's going on in my community. You understand, and don't nobody say nothing about it, you know. So, you know, that, I mean, you can't be afraid to address these issues. And when I do talk to brothers and sisters about it, they'll agree, but it's not something that they're willing to elaborate on. It's just like, what's the word? It's taboo, or it's just something people don't want to talk about, you know. So we can't be afraid to talk about it. We can't be afraid. That's, I mean, we got to get it on the table. We got to put these issues on the table. So the next thing that I have on here is, a lot of times we post something on Facebook, and people say, well, you know, I'm tired of people talking about, you know, black people need to come together, or we need to unite, or spend money with. We're all one, you know. We're all one. What do people mean by that when they say that, or why are they saying that? You know,
I don't know what they mean by that.
We're all one, you know. We all are the same race. We all bleed red. We all, you know, what is that about?
I don't know. I have no idea, because I mean,
you know what they be saying and why they're saying it, but does it coincide with the mission and the vision of saving our communities?
No.
So why are they saying it? Why are they saying it?
I just think that, honestly, I really think that black people, I think that, and this is my opinion, I just think that many of us have just such low self-esteem about ourselves, honestly, my opinion. But that we just have this need to want to, and I'm not saying it's not founded, but I think we just have this need to want to be, we don't want to be confrontational. We don't want to be outsiders, because we already, I think, have been that a lot. And what you got?
I
Go
don't,
ahead.
I don't think that's what it is. I think they say that is because they don't understand the solution to our problem.
Okay.
And they figure that they don't understand the solution to our problem from an economic standpoint. And basically what they're saying is they're saying if we all come together and stop trying to be separate, then we can solve our problems. And that's what they're thinking. That we all just come together and be one melting pot.
Who is we?
We,
black, white,
everybody.
Okay.
If we all come together as one and take care of each other and work with each other, then that problem will go away. And that's what they're thinking. But that thinking is flawed, but they don't understand, because before I learned how to read, before I started researching what the problem was in our community and why our communities and inner cities looked the way they did, I mean, I didn't necessarily really didn't even care, but I probably felt the same way, I didn't feel that way, but that's what people come to their conclusion because they haven't sought out the answer to the problem. That's what I think. It's so they say if we all just come together, if we stop the racial segregation, if we stop all of that thinking, and if we all just just love each other, and we're all God's children, which we are, and there's nothing wrong with loving each other. There's nothing wrong with, I mean, we don't hate white people, we don't hate Asian people, we don't hate no people. We cool with everybody.
I mean, and I think that we misunderstand too that the color that really matters, folks, is green. I mean, simple as that. I mean, just like Andre was referring to about the neighborhoods, I mean, much of that is just based on income and taxes and what you pay in taxes, and that's how you have the roads being built and a lot of the neighborhoods being built, just all of the tax money that's coming in. So really what matters is the green. But that's why we all have to come together and be more conscious about where we spend our capital, because again, that's the way that we matter. That's how everybody matters. Everybody matters because of the green that they have. That's the color that matters. So that's what has to matter to us for us to matter to them, whoever them is.
Right. I agree. I understand what you're saying, that, with the green, but yeah, that's the main thing. That's what matters. But as far as our community is concerned, I think, yeah, it's the power. It's us building power. Just getting back to what we were saying when people say, well, we're all one. Well, the answer to our solution is this. It's the fact that we have to come together because we have to fix our own problems. White people are not concerned about our problems and helping us to fix our problems. And some of them are. Asian people are not concerned with us and our problems and how to fix our problem. I would venture to say some of them are, but I haven't met one yet. No offense to anybody, but in Indian and whatever other cultures out there, they shouldn't be more concerned about fixing our problems than we are.
And they are.
That's the point.
They are.
Okay. They're more about fixing their problems and taking care of their culture and their community.
They should be.
So and so that's why, for those who don't understand why we say we as a people unite, we need to come together, we need to build our communities, we need to support each other, because that's the same model that the other cultures use to stay in power, to stay on the up and up. Just like I was at the hotel today. At a hotel today, Marriott Hotel, and you got a convention going on with over 500-600 people. Well, all those 500-600 people, guess what? They have to eat dinner. How many black-owned restaurants do you think they went out of their way to support tonight? None. Zero. Zilch. Okay. So.
We'll tell them about the flip side.
What's the flip side?
Well, the flip side is that when there are, different events that are majority Black, well, the vendors are of other cultures, so that's the flip side.
Right. So it's the fact that when you have Black conventions come into town, those Black groups should be seeking out Black-owned restaurants, and we need to have Black restaurants that's up to par, and in every city we need to have them. But we also, in order for them to be up to par, we got to support the ones that we have. So so that's how it goes, man.
Just move on to the next topic.
Next thing is problems. Like I have one right now.
We just talked about problems.
We did not talk about problems. The problems that we have in our community. We have the problem. Here's the main reason why we as Black people have to come together and work together and have consciousness is because it's not. And I was telling my wife this other day. It's not because. It's not because we want to be Black power and all away from people and let's go over here and just be Black power and power up and everything and and just all that stuff that some people are doing that and that's fine and that's your thing, but that's not what we're doing it. That's not what it's all about. The reason why we understand that we have to get these monies working together, and it's up to us because, like Dr. Anderson said, when the Hispanics come to this country, they're looking for other Hispanics. They're looking for a community that's built for them, where they can go in that community and see people that look like them, and they know all they have to do is drop in there, and they're gonna find what they need to succeed. Same thing in the white community. You go into that community. As a white person, you're going to find what you need to succeed. And same thing with the Indian. I was watching on CNN just the other day. This lady said that when she first landed in America, when she was in her car, and she was riding down the street, and her car broke down. Indian lady. First time in America, got her car or whatever, and was riding down the street, her car broke down. She didn't know anybody in that city, but all she had to do was go to a phone booth. When these were phone booths for those of you young Black wealth builders who don't know what a phone booth is. They used to have these things. They're like tall.
Okay, stop.
And you go inside and there's a phone in there, and you just pick it up and put money in, and you can make a phone call. So anyway, and there was also a phone book there. And the phone books are these thick things, about this thick, about yay big. And you turn the pages in them, and there's a whole bunch of names and phone numbers in there. Yeah, they used to have those. So inside the phone book, she scrolled down and she looked under the P's, because if you understand, a lot of the Indians have changed their name to Patel, okay, because they're an organization of Indians who work together, who pool their resources together to make each other rich. Okay.
Which is something I never knew. I really thought that was their last name and that there was just a whole bunch of them.
They come over here, they change their last name to Patel. So she found a Patel in the phone book, called them up and said, my car is broken down, I need some help. What you think they did? Hung up on her? Nah. They went over there, took care of her, and she ended up marrying the dude that came to, they didn't get married that fast, but, they built a relationship, and bada bing, they got married. So if I was to break down and come in your city and call and look in the phone book and called your house, what you gonna do to me? You calling my house, folk? I don't know you. I ain't coming nowhere. This fool gonna call my house talking about da 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 da. I hung up on that. Right? Ain't that what's gonna happen? Because we don't have that cohesiveness. So anyway, my point is we have problems in our community. We have, we have drugs, we have murders, we have rapes, we have what? what? Teen pregnancy,
kids dropping out of
drugs,
school.
Yeah, dropping out of school. I mean, you name it, poverty. We got, I mean, the list goes on, and then some stuff I don't even want to discuss that's going on. You know, mamas killing their babies, and the baby mama drama, and just all kind of, you know, fraud, all kind of stuff going on. And the reason why all this stuff goes on is because we have no community. We have no community. Now, there's a lot of things that people can do to combat that. We have social workers, we have organizations, we have churches, we have all kind of things. But our thing is black business building, because we understand that, and this is what it looks like. You build a community. What you want to say? You take a community, your community, the black community, inner city, and you take a certain strip, a whole area, and you fill that up with nice black-owned businesses. Okay, you're gonna get money circulating in that community. Once that money circulates, you're gonna get teenagers and young people and coming into that store and see business owners. You're gonna have doctors. We're talking about Black Wall Street. Okay, if you don't know about Black Wall Street, look it up. So we're talking about having a thriving community where we see each other having success, we're supporting each other, and there's a community there. Guess what begins to go down? The killings go down, the robberies go down, the poverty goes down, because we're spending money amongst each other. And we can't expect anybody else to do that for us. We have to do that for ourselves.
Agreed. I have nothing to add.
We have to do that for ourselves. So that's the consciousness. That's the black consciousness that we have to have, and that's what we mean by that when we say we have to be conscious about us. Now, what are some ways that we can be conscious? And I'll end on this note. We talked about one thing. We were talking about the marches. What's up with the marches? Is having marches, does that help?
Well, to me, I'm gonna say something that is probably very shocking, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of comments about it. But me personally,
you might get no comments.
Yeah, I really don't. But I'm just saying, I'm just gonna warn you. But to me, just based on what I've said before, I don't believe that the marches, I don't believe they do anything for anybody. I don't believe that they do anything but hype people up, and, you bang a few people around or whatever, people get arrested. And to me, it's something that we use back, in the civil rights time. And I'm not saying that it doesn't have its place, but right now with green being, majority rules, it just does not make any sense to me to be having these marches. There's no power structure. The police are there, but it's like they're not there for us. It's almost like they're there, to protect the marchers, to protect the general population from the marchers and anything that the marchers may do. So to me, it's really a big show, because in 2 weeks, nobody's thinking about it. Like, to be honest with you, with the Ferguson stuff that's going on, I mean, it's really unfortunate, but it's like, and don't get me wrong, we unify around these big things, and that's great. But I've seen YouTube videos of, in Chicago and some of these other places, just on a regular day, and people are just like black on black crime, as we call it. We're just shooting each other up in the streets. So why do we get all hype about, this another individual of another race shooting one of our own when we're shooting, each other? Let's march on that. I mean, let's be for real.
Yeah, it's and that's a whole different subject.
That's a whole
different subject. But that's a good point, and that's something that's definitely has to be talked about. But when it comes to the marches, we got to get these dollars marching.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would never discredit what Martin Luther King them did back in.
Not at all.
We would never discredit what they did because we wouldn't be here today. And when I walk into a Panera Bread, or if I walk into a place and I'm the only person of color in there, I thank God. I thank them for what they did. Because we appreciate that. But we got to get these. And Martin Luther King, right before he died, he said, you know what? Things ain't been working out the way we expected them to. After all this marching, all the stuff we're doing, that's time to hit them in their pockets. There's a speech that he did, so he began to understand that. But no leadership has really been able to really take it, grab it by the horns like Marcus Garvey has done. But we got to get these dollars marching. Bottom line, and we have to get these dollars marching. Now, when you got Ferguson, you got 30, 40, 50,000 people and coming together to talk about this. You know what they should say? You know what they should have done? They all should have pulled out $1, okay, put it in a pot, and open up a business. And then the next day they came to march, took out another $1, put it in a pot, open up another business. And then took another $1, put it in a pot, and open up another business. Now start providing some jobs, get these dollars marching. And what's going to happen once you start gaining economic empowerment, like Dr. Anderson says, you're not, that you don't see no Koreans marching, you don't see no Indians marching, you don't see, you know what they're doing? They're buying up the city, they're buying up hotels, and then when they have a problem, they lean on politics, they put pressure on politics, they hire the police department to come protect them and work for them. Like Dr. Anderson said, you buy they behinds. You don't sit there all that screaming and hollering and rebelling against them. We did that already. That's done. That's over. Now it's time to move to the next phase, get these dollars marching. And we're getting ourselves in position so that we can be in position to lead that, to lead that and show our people how to get these dollars marching. But that's why we're bringing awareness to this right now so that you understand our hearts and what we're about. But I think that's everything, y'all. Appreciate y'all ears. You got anything you want to say?
Oh, you just now? Over there.
That's why I just talk to it.
Well, you the one brought it up.
So.
Did you just call me a?
So another thing is Black consciousness. Is we speaking to each other. We hardly speak to each other, And why do you feel we don't speak to each other?
My answer is those things to everything. Because it's just that it's like, I've been in the store and I talk to people and, I can have a conversation with anybody and I see people walk by who will just, I'm like, what are you looking at? Why are you turning away from me? Like I'm the same shade as you. What is it about me or about you to the reason why you can't speak to me? That's a huge problem.
We're emotional people, we talk loud, we laugh loud. It's this thing like if you see just a post on Facebook, we are creating that divide when there should be unity. We always talk about if I ain't messing with you no more, it's because it is. Or I don't mess with this person, or somebody always trying to do this.
And trust me, we
That's
understand
the stuff that we see going down.
We do understand it because people do get on your nerves.
Speak to each other. We have to, acknowledge each other because we all we got. We are in the numbers sense. We're not. There's only 40 million of us here in America. So we are outnumbered. So we have to unite. We have to, recognize each other. We have to speak to each other. We don't have to be loving and hugging on and kissing her. You see somebody. And same thing with the sisters too. You out and about, you in the mall, you in the grocery store. Everybody don't want to get with you. A man can speak to you. He can say hello. If he, then of course you don't want to, look away.
But they do that because I was at the gas station this morning, with my workout stuff on, and I just felt like this nasty guy looking at me, So
Who?
This old man.
Who?
We're not talking about it, but this old man at the gas station, I feel so bad.
So, yeah, we can speak. We can say hello without. There's still men out there who don't just saying, "Hey, sister, how you doing?" You don't have to be. Same thing, brothers too. Brothers are, you can be dressed up or you can just be dressed streety. We still can speak to each other. We still can say what's up.
At least give me the nod.
There's nothing. We have to start communicating with one another. And I'll make them speak. I don't care if you walk past me.
No, you don't. You need to stop.
I do. I make you speak. So I just say, "What's up, bro?" I say it loud enough so that you hear me on the thing. But that's just one of my pet peeves too. We have to start speaking to each other and start getting that unity. And then last but not least, we have to support. We have to start supporting Black businesses. I know there's the stigma of our businesses are subpar. Okay, stop believing that mess, like brother. That's not necessarily true either. Yes, we're not, big in the business field, but we have to support good business. That's all I'm saying. At least give it a try. Well, every time I support a Black business, I get burnt. You get burnt at white businesses too. They just have so many of them that you used to it. You used to being treated. You used to being ostracized. You're not used to doing business with Black people. So start learning how to get used to it.
And you know what?
That's our way out.
You have a mouth.
That's our ticket out.
You say something. I mean, that's what I do. If I go somewhere and I'm not pleased, I say something. Because you got to learn. You got to know. Somebody got to tell you.
Yeah. It just depends on, because I've been to Black businesses and restaurants and restaurant, and I want to support, and I go in there and they're like,
well, you're shy. They do not be looking
that
like
restaurant I went into, that boy, that dude, I ain't gonna stay. I'm going there, give me some breakfast, I'll go in there, he like this. I'm like, dude.
I wasn't with him that day.
Can I help you? I want to get something to eat. I'm like, what is your problem? I don't even think I just walked out, and I said, I just shook my head. So we got to do better. Now, ask me, are they still in business? I promise you they're not. I promise you they're not. And the reason why, because we have to learn we gotta stop treating each other so bad. We're the ones that's gonna keep you open. And if you have somebody at your register that got a bad attitude, get rid of them. We'll talk about that stuff later. But Black consciousness, y'all. This is what we're here to talk about. It's time that we wake up and be conscious and understand and know that if we want better for our children, we want better for our families, is that we have to build a community, and that's going to be our only ticket out. Dr. Anderson said the door is closing on us. He literally said it's already been closed on us, or there's about that much. And that's until we gain the consciousness of each other, and start working together and building our communities together. I do understand this. Wherever there's a problem, you solve that problem, you can make money too. Okay, so if you solve a problem, you can get paid. Our community is full of problems. Help solve those problems, and you can get paid. So, you're not abusing our community by helping.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go. Thanks for tuning in. We promise we're gonna get better and better and better. But you got to start somewhere. So let that be a lesson for those who are, kind of shy or wondering what I need to do to start gaining attention for my business and whatnot. We'll start promoting your business too. That's a good idea too.
Yeah, we sure will.
Yeah. If you got a good business, you'll be walking there and you'll be like, what you want? We ain't got no cheese.
Or no ham, or no biscuit.
Nah, but yeah, we know some good restaurants, and we definitely promote those businesses. I sent some people today, some white people over Big John, Alabama's in Tampa.
I love Big John, Alabama.
And they ain't know it's in the hood, but they be all right. But it's some good stuff. I mean, they know you want some good. They're all right. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. No, that'd be fine. Now see what you got. It's Big John's.
And it's a nice area. It's a nice area.
But it's in our community, you know. And they said they was going to Al's finger licking. I was like, Al's finger, nah. But Big John's. So they're going to Big John. So if you ever in Tampa, Big John, Alabama barbecue, Hillsboro and the 40s in that area. All right. What you got?
At least if you're gonna give people the address, like where the name of the restaurant is, know the name of the restaurant.
It is Big John, Alabama.
I
don't have the address because this is an impromptu situation right here. So this is something we're gonna add to the show, and yeah. So we gotta go because my baby is sexy.
We're still on live, Andre. We are still recording.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Love you. See you at the top. Let's go build some wealth. All right. Comment below. I don't care about you.